So there were a few comments left on the Kia video that I posted recently that basically this thing's got 76,000 miles on it. It's a 2012. It's a Sonata. It's got the 2.4 theta engine that has the class action lawsuit against it, where they did like extended coverage years and mileage wise. When it had a fresh oil change like a couple months ago. I mean, it literally only has like 50 miles on the oil change, and the customer was out test driving it with a salesman, and they were on their drive, and about a mile in, you know, they would turn around and come back. About a mile into the total drive, all of a sudden the engine locked up, and it had to be brought back to the dealer. I was told, hey, this thing won't crank, won't start, won't do anything. I go out there with one of my higher powered jump packs, hook it up, and as soon as I tried to start it, the engine went and then just locked up, and my battery pack started smoking. It's a 6,000 amp lithium ion one, you know, one of the ones that they say be careful with, because it will try to up regulate or up charge or whatever. If it's a severe situation, it'll go into bypass mode or whatever it may be, and it'll try to start this thing. So the jump pack started smoking. I did the video, you know, calling the vehicle trash and stuff, because they're trash. The 2.4, the 3.3, the 3.8, the V6 engines from like 2010 to like 2020 or something like that, 2022, even they had threads that would rip out of the block, and it would cause the head gaskets to leak, and you'd have coolant and oil mixture and all kinds of stuff. Then you'd have to take the engine apart, send the block off to the machine shop, have an upgrade kit put in it, because the bolts, they got this much thread in the block, or the bolts have this much thread, but in the block there's only this much thread that it's actually going through. So not only does it go through the threads, it goes into a hollow area where there's no threads, and it actually yanks the threads out of the block because the threads are not machined all the way through. So that was a defect on Kia's part. And yeah, there's a lot of vehicles that get hundreds of thousands of miles with no problem with both engines, both scenarios. But there's a lot of vehicles that are failing at 30, 40,000 miles or less. It's a shock this made it to 76,000 miles. And what Kia says is, yes, there is a lawsuit on this. It's because of like debris and stuff through the machining process and building process that blocks the holes that lubricate the main bearings, the rod bearings, whatever, down in the lower engine, the portion of the engine, and eventually it could cause the engine to seize. So they extended coverage on it. So when I actually called the Kia dealer and I said, hey, is this an issue? Like, or do we have coverage? They said actually on that particular model, because it doesn't quite fit in with the hybrid 2.4 theta and the other engines that are from various years between like 2010, 2011 and up, it only gets 10 years, 150,000 mile coverage. We do know that it is an affected engine by the manufacturing defect, but it's not as prominent as other vehicles that are failing. So it only gets 10 years, 150,000 miles. I think some people say that on some applications you actually get lifetime coverage because they know they're junk. On this particular engine, it's just a basic 2012 Sonata with 76,000 miles, and it's out by years. So we have no coverage on this at all. We're stuck with it. It's a paperweight. It's probably going to go to some scrapper or some junkyard, or go out to some dealer that wants it for the way it is. They're going to give a lot less money on it, and then they'll put a brand new engine in it, and hopefully it makes it past 50,000 miles for the next person that buys it. There's some comments that were made. I want to address those comments. First, let me show you what they are. I had a 2016 Hyundai Sonata. I used it from new to 180,000 miles. I gave it to my niece for college, and she's still driving it. Maintenance has a lot to do with the life of an engine. There's nothing wrong with this gentleman's comment at all. He's 100% right. But let's be very specific on the topic that we're keeping it on, right? We're talking about an engine that has a class action lawsuit that has an extremely high historic failure rate. I get worried about people putting out information like this, even though it's not wrong, by misconstruing, I got 180,000 out of it, so you're going to get 180,000 miles out of it. It doesn't work that way. You can be perfect on your maintenance with these Kia applications, and they just completely fall apart by 30, 40, 50,000 miles, and probably some instances lower. So I call this the "you got lucky" syndrome. you had good luck with this vehicle, it worked out for you, but there's a reason why there's a class action lawsuit, and there's a reason why it's not just 5 years, 60,000 miles like most vehicles. There's a reason why it's 10 years, 150,000 miles, or lifetime warranty in some applications, because of the class action lawsuit and because the high rate of failure that these have had. So let's be very careful when we say, hey, maintenance is key. You'll get 180,000 miles just like mine. That's how people interpret it, even though that's not how you're saying it. And I got to try to pinpoint on that and correct that, because somebody may run across that comment and be like, oh, fuck this Ford boss guy. He doesn't know what he's talking about. This guy, look at this guy here. He's got 200,000 miles. I'm going to buy one. Then they buy it, and 50,000 miles, the engine locks up like the one I had in the video with 76,000 miles. Be very careful. Broken Wrench says, the engine went out on my 12 Kia Optima at 130,000 miles and they replaced it free of charge. There was a huge engine tab campaign. The engine has a lifetime warranty now. For the life of the car, the engine will be under warranty. And that is not true. And just because it fit in his specific situation that he got the lifetime warranty, what type of lifetime warranty is that? Is that type of lifetime warranty with the dealer that sold the vehicle? Are they honoring a lifetime warranty because they know they're junk? Or is it Kia that's honoring a lifetime warranty because, you know, he worked something out with them, or that's just what they do for his particular application and year range? All these things play into perspective on how things are going to get covered. And on top of that, if you do end up getting a lifetime warranty on something from a dealer, like powertrain lifetime warranty or something like that on specific models, if that dealer ever sells to a new owner, that contract is now null and void. You can't go to another dealer and get it. You can't go to another owner of that same company and get it. That contract becomes null and void unless the new owner wants to honor that contract. Trust me, I've been a part of this. I know exactly how it works. Now, with the lifetime warranty stuff on his particular engine, is it possible? Sure. Should you expect, just because it's a junk Kia engine and it fits the class action lawsuit, that you get a lifetime warranty coverage? No. The video that we all came together and we raised like $7 grand to fix that lady's car that came into my shop, 20 years old, from the hood, black lady that was actually making it out of the statistics. She actually had a good job lined up down in Texas, going for like corporate training at some bank or something like that. And the used car dealer that sold it to her never had the knock sensor campaign done. So she bought the vehicle, and at like 140,000 miles, the engine comes in like rod knock. I get it in the shop and I'm like, oh my god, this is one of those junk engines. You know, this is going to be a bad situation. It's going to be very hard for you to get out of this. I call around trying to figure out what I can do, and the dealer says, actually, there's nothing you can do. I'm on the phone with them for like 30 minutes. I'm on the phone with corporate for like 3 hours. I called the previous dealer. So I've done everything that I could do to try to figure out if there was coverage, and they said, actually, no, there's none. Even corporate went to a higher level manager in the customer service department, and they said there's nothing we can do. The reason there's nothing we can do is because whoever previously had the car did not get the knock sensor recall done, and because they didn't have the knock sensor recall done, she doesn't get the provision for the extended warranty on the engine. So she's screwed. So it's not just a lifetime replacement. There are stipulations that go along with it, and not every engine that fits that 2.4 theta category that falls apart or locks up on you is covered in that lifetime warranty either. If you actually take the VIN and punch it in online, you'll see that there's a whole list of criteria that comes up, and that 2.4 engine in the earlier model Sonatas was only covered like with the extension on the hybrid versions. The actual regular 2.4 theta engine wasn't part of that earlier situation, you know, extended recall thing. So you only get 10 years, 150,000 miles. They gave some extended coverage, but it wasn't the extended coverage that everything else got. So again, be very careful. It's not just a lifetime warranty on the engine, and not anybody can just go get it done. Some people say, well, then just find a dealer and make friends with him. Maybe throw the service advisor an extra couple hundred bones or whatever, you know, and just get it taken care of. And they'll put the knock sensor programming and stuff in it. They'll keep the vehicle for a month, and then all of a sudden they will experience the rod knock and you'll get a new engine. You risk actually getting yourself put into like a legal battle, like a lawsuit or something like that. So with that being said, will it work? Can it work? Sure it can. You want to try it? It's up to you. I've got a buddy that actually had a Ford engine where he did a bunch of performance stuff to it, and ended up destroying the engine while it was still under warranty. Mind you, that warranty should have been voided, but what ended up happening is he actually went to the dealer, talked to the service advisor, kind of asked him to step outside for a smoke kind of thing, slid $500 in his pocket and said, take care of me. He got a new engine. I'm not going to give names or who, because I've worked at a bunch of dealers, but he got a new engine. That's just, there's ways of doing it. You just have to be smart about how you do it and try to decide whether or not it's worth a risk on your behalf to get things covered. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you. Take care. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.